Hi everyone and welcome back to the Gridiron line. I'm Casey Kreider. Zach Rhoda is not with me this weekend, but he's making a separate predictions video. So we didn't have time to get together this week, obviously with it being Thanksgiving. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to make all of our predictions for the games this week and just kind of go over them here in little short videos that we'll put together and post to our YouTube later on. So anyway, we've got all 16 teams, all 32 teams in action this week with 16 separate games, including 3 on Thanksgiving. So here's how I see them going. I see the Bills mopping the floor with the Lions. No way the Lions are going to keep their winning streak going against one of the best teams in the NFL. Plus, the Lions are pretty much cursed on Thanksgiving anyway. Giants and Cowboys. Cowboys, they've got one of the best offenses in the league. The Giants are absolutely decimated on defense. Give me the Cowboys. Pretty much a blowout there, I think. And then we've got Patriots and Vikings in the nightcap. Look, the Patriots' offense is not that good. They didn't put up a single offensive touchdown last week in their win against the Jets. They only won because of a punt return. And Minnesota, even though they're coming off a bad performance, I think they'll bounce back in Thanksgiving night game, and they'll get a victory against the New England Patriots. Now let's move to Sunday. Texans and Dolphins. Texans are probably starting Kyle Allen. It doesn't matter who they're starting. They're not beating the Dolphins. Dolphins are one of the hottest teams in the NFL. They've got a great offense. They're going to find a way to win this game. The Bengals and the Titans. This is a rematch of last year's AFC divisional round game. Give me the Bengals in this one. I think Titans will keep it close. It is at home. I think this could really go either way, back and forth, but I think the Bengals are getting Jamar Chase back by the sound of it, and even if they don't, Joe Burrow has proved he can win without Jamar Chase, so I think the Bengals will take the win. Broncos and Panthers, my goodness, this is a terrible matchup. I think if we lose this game, I'm officially boycotting this team for the rest of the season, but I do think Denver will get the win. Carolina's on to their third different starting quarterback. They're starting Sam Darnold this week, and Denver's they gotta win this game. There's no way they can't, right? We'll see. Bears and Jets. Speaking of teams that are moving on to new quarterbacks, Mike White is going to get the start for the New York Jets this week, not Zach Wilson. Zach is being benched. That being said, they're playing against the Bears. Justin Fields is injured. He's hobbled. I think he's going to play this week, but if he doesn't, it would be Trevor Siemian. Either way, I think the Jets are going to find a way to get the win. I think their defense is too good, and I think they'll be able to get the job done. Falcons, Commanders. Give me the Falcons in an upset in this one. I think this game really could go either way. These are two chaotic franchises. But I think Atlanta, they've had a good season. They've got a lot of emerging weapons on offense with Cordell Patterson coming back in the fold now, showing obviously what he can do. You've got Drake London in there as well. And I just think that the Commanders going to come back to earth a little bit here with Taylor Heineke. So I think the Atlanta Falcons will get the win. We've got Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Cleveland Browns. This is actually kind of a tough matchup for me. I know the Bucs are getting hot as of late, but the Browns have been close with pretty much every team they've played this year. This is their last game without Deshaun Watson. I'm going to say give me the Bucs, but I think it'll be close. I think the Browns could potentially pull the upset, but I think Tampa Bay is also starting to hit their stride, so I think they'll get the win. Ravens, Jaguars, give me the Ravens. Ravens, I'm telling you, don't sleep on the Ravens. They're one of the best teams in the NFL this year, and you take away their losses, 3 of which they probably shouldn't have had. I mean, all come from behind losses, and this is a team that we're talking about in a lot different sense right now. So I think the Ravens get the win. I think Jaguars continue to struggle. Raiders, Seahawks. Oops, sorry. This is tough. I'm way behind in the rankings to Zach right now, obviously. I think I'm like 10 games back now after last week or something like that. So I'm gonna take a realistic upset that I see happening. I think the Raiders can win this game. I think Seattle's a better team. I still think Seattle's going to the playoffs. But I think the Raiders, that combo of Derek Carr and Devontae Adams, it was too much for the Broncos last week, and if the Raiders' defense and their pass rush with Max Crosby can stifle the Seahawks just enough to make Geno Smith uncomfortable, I think the Raiders can win this game. That's one of my upset picks this week. Even though I think Seattle's a better team, I think Raiders can find a way to get a win. Chargers, Cardinals. I do think Kyler Murray is going to play this week, but I don't think it's going to matter. I think the Chargers are going to bounce back after their back-to-back losses, close losses on Sunday night football. I think they'll get the victory here and kind of re-spark their playoff run toward the end of the season. Saints and 49ers. Uh, Give me the 49ers. They're just too good right now. I think this team's getting another team that's getting hot at the right time, obviously, since they've got Christian McCaffrey. Jimmy Garoppolo has played well. He hasn't turned the ball over the last 3 games. And New Orleans coming off some good performances with Andy Dalton, the win last week over the Rams, of course, but I think they're gonna come crashing back to earth here this week. I think Niners will get the win. Rams Chiefs. This one's simple. Chiefs going to win this by a landslide. The Rams are onto their third string quarterback. They're starting Bryce Perkins this week. Even if they were starting Matt Stafford, I don't think it matters. Cooper Kupp's out. They don't have him to go to. They're running low on offensive weapons and firepower, and Kansas City is most definitely not running low on offensive weapons and firepower. So Kansas City will get the win. Packers-Eagles, the Sunday night football game, and this is one obviously that Zach has a big interest in. The 9-1 Eagles coming off a close win to the Colts, and the Packers, who are basically now kind of playing in a lost season, coming off a loss last Thursday night to the Titans. This is a tough game. I do think the Packers will keep this competitive, but I just can't pick against the Eagles right now the way they're playing. They found a way, gritty, not pretty, to win against the Colts. And I think they'll find a way to keep it going here this week. I think that Aaron Rodgers will give him a challenge. He'll find a way to keep him in the game. But I think the Eagles are just simply too overmatched for Green Bay, and they're going to move to 10-1 on the season with those all midnight black uniforms. Then the Monday Night Football game, Steelers and Colts. Kenny Pickett's improving. He's showing a lot of growth, in my opinion, as a player. I think we saw that last week against the Bengals. The Colts, I really can't tell where this team's going right now with Matt Ryan. Give me the Steelers. I think Pittsburgh's going to win this game. I think if Kenny Pickett can just play smart, Najee Harris is coming off the best game of his season. George Pickens had, a pretty big game, even, more opportunities that he weren't. He had a big long drop touchdown. So, if he can haul that in, and if he can get going, alongside Deontay Johnson, that's a big combo for the Steelers there. And if Kenny Pickett can just keep making smart decisions with the football, I think the Steelers could find themselves winning that game, and I think they will. They'll beat the Colts on Monday Night Football, and that'll cap off Week 12. So we'll be back next week with a more regular episode of the Gridiron Line when me and Zach will be back together. But in the meantime, till then, everybody, have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you soon here on the Gridiron Line.
How's it going, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, literally anything with eyes that is currently watching this? This is quite the strange edition of this episode, but honestly, we just do not feel like getting together and recording because it's Thanksgiving. At first, we thought about not having an episode at all, but still gotta come in, week out, prove that I'm right whenever going up against Casey and making predictions. And last week was no different. I only had one game wrong, and it was the Giants-Lions game, which no one saw happening, and Casey was not able to close the gap. But for all I know, now that I'm saying this right now and being a cocky bastard, I'm probably going to get every single game wrong this week. But let's see what happens. I don't know how this is going to look from Casey's end. He might be talking just as much shit as I currently am, but let's keep this professional, even though I just sweared right there. I don't care. We're doing this one take. And okay, let's get to this. It's kind of strange for me. I'm not used to just talking to you guys one-on-one. Not the best at it, but not the best at. Okay, I'm just gonna. I don't know what I'm saying. This is stupid. Okay, Bills Lions. We have this game at 12:30 today. It is Thanksgiving. I didn't even mention that. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone watching. I'm just gonna speed run through these. Lions are coming off a 3-game win streak. Bills have kind of been stalling a bit, but I think the Bills are going to take care of business on Thanksgiving Day. Cowboys Giants should be a good game, but I think Cowboys are hot right now coming off that win last week. They'll take that game. Patriots Vikings. Vikings got shit on last week. Patriots won on a miracle punt return touchdown at the end. I think Vikings bounce back and win that game. Broncos Panthers, the game that literally no one asked for nor deserves to watch. It's it's sad that a team actually has to win that game. Broncos just released Melvin Gordon. That kind of sucks for my fantasy team. He's just kind of sitting there, not even on a roster, but he's on mine. So take that as you will. Uh, Literally could do eeny, meeny, miny, mo with these teams. Half this video's runtime is literally going to be me deciding between which shit show wins this one. I'm going to take. Oh, Sam Darnold's starting. I forgot about that. Okay, yeah, Broncos are winning. I'm never picking for Sam Darnold after what he did to Penn State in the Rose Bowl. Are you kidding me? No way. And it took him this long to enter the starting lineup, going back and forth between Baker and PJ Walker. And after the horrible performances they've put up a few weeks, like there's a reason his ass has been on the bench for this song. So Broncos, uh, Buccaneers, Browns. This is another Buccaneers win, I think. Browns are good, but I could see the Buccaneers starting to get things rolling now. Tom Brady's pissed off. Um, Ravens, Jaguars. Jaguars just recently acquired Darrell Henderson from the Rams after he was waived. And it doesn't matter. The Ravens are a way better team and they're going to win. Texans, Dolphins, Dolphins easily. If they don't win that game, then it's like I don't even know what life is anymore. Bears, Jets. Oh, that's a fun game. Mike White starting. Zach Wilson got benched. Did my man Joey Flacco dirty, but you know what? I think give me the Bears. I'm not. I mean, Mike White was really good last time he played, but who knows? That might have been a one-time thing. For all I know, he could go out there and just completely shit the bed. So we'll see what happens with that one. Bengals Titans. That's a good game. Um, uh, so much of this could just simply be edited out. That's the problem. I don't have normally it takes me a few minutes to think about this stuff, and Casey could talk for an hour if you put a microphone in front of him. I am, however, not the same. But here we are. And I have to pick a team, and the clock is running, and I am going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals just because I want to see them win. And you know, if I get that game wrong, I will gladly get that game wrong because I will. They're I root for them. Oh, Falcons Commanders. Talk about a team I do not root for. Fucking Commanders. After what they did to Philly, there's an F bomb. But you know, I'll keep it the one. And moving forward, maybe children will actually watch this if I don't use any. But you know, right now I don't really care. I mean, I'm just kind of expressing how I feel, and I do not like the Commanders at all. And they are hot right now with Taylor Heineke. They're rolling. Um, Falcons, I never know what to expect of that team. Give me another Commanders W. And then that's another game where if they lose that game, I will gladly be wrong about that one. Chargers, Cardinals. Hmm. Cardinals they're poop. They're just not good. And the Chargers have been kind of underwhelming, but that's a game they'll win. I don't even know if Colt McCoy is still playing. It's like it doesn't matter. Just fire Cliff Kingsbury. I that there's no reason that team should be as bad as they've been this season. They have such a talented roster. It's, and they extended Cliff Kingsbury. And the whole time I was thinking, why are you extending him? You should fire him. That's just my opinion. Next game, Raiders Seahawks. Talk about a coach that needs fired. Pete Carroll, he's terrible. What has he ever proven? No, fired Josh McDaniels. He's the thing. Philly, I mention this literally every time I talk about the Raiders is how Philly almost had him and how I'm so happy we have Sirianni. But Seahawks, let Geno cook. I mean, Geno Smith is that guy. He is him. And he's going to take care of business against a really bad Raiders team this year. Seahawks are one of these teams is making the playoffs, and I'll give you a hint. It's the Seahawks. Like, they're good, especially in the NFC. They will easily snag a wild card, unless maybe the Commanders go on a run here or whatnot. Maybe the Packers surprise everyone. And we'll get to that soon in a couple games. All right. Rams, Chiefs. Rams are terrible. Chiefs are good. Chiefs. Chiefs are probably going to the Super. They're my pick to come out of the AFC at this point. How the Bills have been playing? Hmm. Nah, not anymore. I think the Bills will probably find momentum, and it could be a rematch in the playoffs again between these two teams. Uh, the coffee. I'm really feeling coffee. That's probably why I'm motor mouth right now, talking 100 miles per hour. But it's for your viewing pleasure. So I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying this as I make a fool of myself as always. Saints 49ers. The Andy Dalton Red Rifle Experience. Think about this one. No, I don't. 49ers. There's no way the Saints win this game. So they're going to win this game. But it's in San Francisco. But 49ers are hot. They're looking like quite possibly the best team in the FC right now. Vikings, I think, are frauds, which a lot of people are saying about the Eagles, but I'll get to that. Actually, I'll get to that literally right now. Packers, Eagles. This is so they're wearing the all black jerseys. Sunday night football game. Aaron Rodgers has our number in the past. And the thing is, this isn't really the best Packers team. They can compete with any team. Their record is not good right now. Like right here today on Thanksgiving Day, the record is not good. But whenever you're playing against Aaron Rodgers, there's always a chance that you can lose that game. Like who knows when he's just going to go off, make all the throws. I'm just that's all right. The team just hasn't been as sharp as they've been recently. The Commanders game, you know my thoughts on that. I went on a rant longer than this almost. And last week I was scared we were going to lose to the Colts. Luckily, we won. That was huge, getting that last minute victory. But I could see Aaron Rodgers going to the link and beating us. This, like I said, I want to be wrong about this game. But if the Eagles win this, then let's go. Let's go. Keep them coming. But this is going to be a tough one. And yeah, they're not going to do it. But I will be wholeheartedly rooting for this team, as I always do. Let's do it. I'm like saying words at this point. There's no way anyone's still watching this, even though this is probably like not even a fourth of the length of a regular episode. God forbid how long Casey's gonna talk. Um, Steelers Colts. So this is the last game prediction. Monday Night Football. Steelers were in it for a while against the Bengals last week, but Bengals are just a much more talented roster this year. They literally went to the Super Bowl last year, and they have a lot of the same dudes, at least on the offense. Um, Steelers Colts. Steelers are a much better team with TJ Watt. You know what? Give me the Steelers. I could see them getting pressure on Matt Ryan. Steelers, they're not gonna win a game. I feel like if you score at least 30 on the Steelers, you're going to win. There's no way they could keep up with that with how the offense has been with a rookie quarterback. But I could see this being a low scoring game. I think the Steelers match up well against the Colts. And if they keep the Colts under 3 touchdowns, they're gonna win this game, I think. And I see that happening. So Steelers, Colts, give me the Steelers. And that just about does it for all my game predictions. And I don't know if this is going to be first or last for this episode. And I hear people in my house getting closer to my room, and I really don't want someone to knock on my door and interrupt this. So I'm just going to end this as soon as possible. Have a great, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I hope you eat your favorite foods. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, then I mean, that's unfortunate, but I do. And I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it. Goodbye, everyone.